What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to switch things up just a little bit. This channel, I'm going to start doing more like financial stuff. I don't know, I might start a garden, start filming that. I don't know. I'm going to start trying to make more videos and get stuff posted out. It's something I want to do. I just never have time for it. But I think using this format, start trying to post once a week about this new financial plan that I want to try and see how it goes. So what we're going to be doing is trying to capture dividends, and we're going to do this for a year and see how much money we can make. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with $1,000, and for the next 10 days, I'm going to buy a dividend stock that's X date is coming up. So like CIB is the Bank of Colombia. Their dividend X date, which is the date you have to buy the stock before that to get the dividend, is the 29th, so in 3 days. And it won't pay out until the 11th of April. But what we're going to try to do is purchase the stock 5 days before the X date and then sell it 5 days after. So we should have bought this on the 25th, but we didn't. We bought it today because I'm starting a day late after I made all this last night. So we bought it on the 25th. The X date is the 29th. And we're going to sell it on the 5th of April. April. So the thing is with this, it's called dividend capture. And what you hope to do is you hope that by giving it 5 days before the X date and 5 days after the X date, you hope that the stock goes up in value as well as you get the dividend payment. So, and the tricky part about it is that on the X date, the stock price goes down by the dividend. So let's say we get into this at, just to make the math easy, $35. So we buy CIB at $35. The dividend amount is 91 cents. So on the X date, the stock price would go from $35 down to $34.09. So you hope that by buying it 5 days before the X date, you'll have price improvement, stock will go down, and then by selling it 5 days after, you hope that the stock regains the dividend that it lost. And hopefully that'll make it so that we're on a schedule of buying. Every day we'll have $100 to sell and then $100 worth of stock to buy. And hopefully we can capture these dividends. So as you can see, the first 15 days, we're only doing $100 at a time until we have our first payout. So on April 11th is when CIB, Bank of Colombia, is going to pay us that $2.62 right here, and they'll pay us on the 11th. So if you come down here on the 11th, you see on our payouts we get our $2.62. We'll reinvest that into Horizon. I think that's First Horizon. So we'll be able to purchase $102.62 of stock. So with this one, it's not going to get us much extra penny. So it'll get us an extra penny, which isn't much, but that penny's going to count whenever you can grow it by, a penny, that's not a whole lot. We're dealing with $100 investments. If this was $1,000, then that would be an extra dollar instead of, a penny. So anyways, that's our plan. We'll see how it goes. And you can tell, so I've only filled this out until May 6th, which is, I don't know, a month and a half maybe worth of dividends, because once you get past, it kind of gets harder to see what they're going to be. But you can see how we're steadily getting paid is down through here. So we'll start eventually, once you get this going, as you can see, 101, 103, 100, 127. I think that's wrong, but that's what, see, what is that? This TRMD. It's showing you're going to get $9 $9 a share, which is 27%. That's what it says on the website. Don't know how right that is, but that's what it says. So we'll see. So yeah, so that $102 turns to 103, and then turns to 106. And this doesn't include stock price change. So obviously this could go down to $98 instead of 102. So, or it could go to $110 instead of 102. You never know. And that's kind of the arbitrage where they get you, I guess, is by reducing the stock price by the dividend amount on the X date. That's what really kind of kills this. But if you pick good, strong companies, which I've gone through and kind of picked some of the strongest ones, there's definitely some that pay a higher dividend on these days, but obviously they're not as strong. So anyways, that's what we're hoping to do. And you scroll all the way down through this. So in that month and a half, we would make $69, which, so let's see, this divided by 1,000. Let's turn that into a percentage. I mean, it's 6.9%. I can do that pretty easy, but I was just going to try and do it really quick on here just so it's easy to see. So in that month and a half, we'd be up 6.93%, which is pretty good if you can do that. I mean, by times that by, that makes the math hard, but say if you could do 5% a month times 12, was that 60%? So I mean, you can almost up 60% in 1 year is pretty good. Like you're not gonna be able to do that. Sorry, the dog just bumped into something. But anyway, so enough of this. This is where I was tracking today's price, or I guess yesterday's price. So obviously these prices are going to change. All of this would change, and I'm going to create a new sheet where I'll keep track of everything. But anyway, so this here, Seeking Alpha, is what I was using for research. This is the website I was using, Tip Ranks. They have this free dividend calendar that shows you all the dividends on a certain day, as you can see here. So if we go back to our Excel sheet, so tomorrow is the 27th, which means the X date that we need to look for is April 2nd. So let's go back to here, April 2nd. We can take a look at what all is coming up. So you've got Comcast, another bank, you have another bank, Wheaton Properties, I think, whatever this is, Solar Winds, which, you know, some of these don't have all the information on them. But anyways, and you can see like Willy Food, T-Tech, these are 10%, but that's a really high dividend, especially since it's only 6 cents and that's 10%. That's that means their stock is what, $6 would be their stock price, since it's multiply that by it's not even 6 cents, it's 0.059. So anyways, so let's go back to here. We chose up UPBD as our stock. So UPBD is Upbound Group. See that their dividend per share is 37 cents. Their yield is 4%. They're paying out 40% of their income, which is pretty good. They've had their dividends grown for 8 years since 2016. And the analysts have a moderate buy on it. And you can see how their dividends been growing, and they've been steadily paying it out. So that looks pretty good. There's some other ones that pay more. This is another bank. It's probably would be a good one, but I was kind of going by, you know, they have a hold here. Upbound has a strong buy with a 15% upside on their analyst targets. So let's go over to Seeking Alpha, UPBD, Upbound Group. And you can see that in the last year they're up 50%. Year to date they're only up 2%. And on their 5-year, see they're down. So they've got room to make it back up to the 2022 highs. And they've been trading pretty flat since about 2023. flat, but on an upward trajectory. So yeah, from $20, I mean, it says flat, but it's definitely upward. So since we're doing like, we're doing short term, we're only going to hold on to this for 10 days at maximum. And, if it goes on a big run where we're up 2 or 3%, as long as we're past the X date, I might sell it early. I might hold on to it. It just depends. But we're all about capturing gains. That's the big thing. You got to capture the gains. Because the one problem with this, because it's short term, you're going to be paying the highest taxes on it. It's not like you're going to be paying the highest capital gains tax, like 30% of whatever you make, you're going to pay in taxes, which, that's never a good thing. Nobody wants to pay taxes. So what we're going to do is go ahead and go over to my trading dashboard here on Fidelity. And as you can see, where I have the Bank of Nova Scotia and the Bank of Columbia, which I bought today. And as you can see, Bank of Nova Scotia is down 19 cents. Just happens to be 19% or 0.19% loss. I guess because we're doing $100. Bank of Columbia is up 3 cents. So right now we're down 16 cents. And as you can see, we're down a little bit on Bank of Nova Scotia. We're up a little bit on Bank of Columbia. But we're not going to sell the Bank of Columbia until the 5th, or if it runs up a lot. And we're not going to sell the Bank of Nova Scotia until the 8th, since the 5th is a Friday. So we will see how those do. Hopefully they improve. I was originally going to do this with $10,000, and I realized I didn't really have $10,000 without selling a lot of my other stocks. So we're just going to do this with $1,000 so that anybody can really get into it. I mean, I know most people in the United States don't have $1,000, but everybody should have $1,000 for their emergency fund. Really, it should be more than that, but it's sad that most people don't have $1,000. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. You can go watch Caleb hammer, and he will hammer you about that. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to place a buy order on. And we can do the research over here too. Upbound group 3488. So they were down today 0.37%. You see they're up 49%, and I think they've got a pretty good buy rating on them. Let's go to the overview. Analyst ratings. Let's see what they got. Bullish, 8.3 out of 10. So it's looking like a pretty good stock to buy, and so hopefully we get some price appreciation. So let's go ahead and make this trade. Let's see, UPBD upbound group, and as you can see, it's got the charts and stuff. Can we go ahead and trade this somewhere on here? All right, so you can see their chart and stuff. This it's got the RSI. I probably can put the RSI and all kind of stuff on here. But so what we're going to do, we're going to go buy over here on Upbound. We're going to buy $100 worth. That gives 2.86 shares. Apply. We're going to do market and on the open. So let's go ahead and preview that order. Okay, never mind. Oh yeah, quantity 2.867. Okay, it did it for us. That's good. Orders with a quantity amount in dollars or fractional shares must have a time and force of day. Okay, day. Preview order. I bet it doesn't work. Buy your better place seeks or settle cash balance. Yeah, I know. I just put $1,000 in there. Okay, at market. Done. Okay, so we'll see. As you can tell, I had $1,000. We've lost a little bit in here. So we've got $801 that's still transferring over. I just put money in here today. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, see their X date is coming up. Anyways, So yeah, we're gonna do this for hopefully a whole year. I'll be checking in every let's see, I guess every Friday afternoon. I'll make a new video. We'll see. It might be Saturday, Sunday. My work is crazy, so it might be when it rains. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to create a new Excel sheet and keep track of exactly how much we make off of each stock, and we'll see how it goes. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you probably Friday or Saturday. I'll just give you an update on what we bought, because we wouldn't have sold anything just yet. It'll be a little while before we sell, but I'll go ahead and give an update of what we bought, kind of go over the companies and whatnot. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.